Hail and well met. This is Arm Bushido for Dry Socks AER, and welcome back. This morning, I decided to log into Armored Warfare. I kind of stepped away after the patch dropped for 2.0, and not because of the UI, even though I do think it's actually worse now than it was before. I can again, what's broke, don't fix it. Not really going to drag on to that too much. Everybody's kind of had their opinion, and from what I get, the consensus is, yeah, we just want it back the way it was. But I doubt that's going to happen. So anyway, I decided to log in. Like I said, I'd been a little frustrated with the direction this game's going. You know, I kind of had, when Obsidian was in their hands, because I've liked a lot what Obsidian has done in the past. Again, though, they are an RPG company. So for them to take this on, you know, was kind of interesting, kind of new, and you know, I was very hopeful that the direction, you know, to maybe inject some different life into a genre that, you know, typically is, you know, it's just a one-sided animal. You know, typically it's just PvP. So, you know, when they decided to introduce PvE elements with some story, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. You know, hey, give us something different to do. You know, and as I logged in this morning and I'm trying to think, well, what can I do? And all you have is PvE. As we know, playing against bots is okay for a certain amount of time. But after a while, especially, you know, and again, maybe the bots just aren't that good. I don't know. You know, you watch the bots, and as you play, and actually maybe I'll just, while we're talking, I will queue up a mission and see what we get here. As you watch the bots and you play, and you kind of watch a bot, and you kind of go, you know, really, a real person wouldn't do that or do this. You watch it, and it's just like, to me, it just kind of really, I don't even know how to put it, just pulls me out of the game, you know. And again, I'm not dinging the PvE. I think the only reason this game is even still hanging in North America is because of it. Because you can get a PvE game really quickly. It's not my forte. I mean, again, I like to do it every once in a while, kind of break things up, but I want some good solid PvP. And right now in North America, that's just not going to happen. And then even coming into a match for PvE right now, look at my spread. From me being 8 to the guys lower. T90 ruined it for us. Sorry guys. Hey, I spawned in with my T90. I've been playing a lot of work now. It's really screwed. Anyway, and as you can see, in a sense, he's right. Though this is going to be really messed up for them because it's going to spawn higher vehicles, and this is a hard, because there's just not the players, and so it really messes it up for them. I feel bad, you know, because they're coming here, they want to play, they want to win, everybody wants to win, and you know, I guess I so want this game to succeed, and it just, I don't know, guys. You can probably sense my frustration in my voice. Get up here, one couple of days out. Come forward, guys. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, PvE, it is what it is, and I don't, like I said, I don't mind it. I don't hate it, but it's just not going to carry the game. Even with, you know, I was looking, check out the website and this whole campaign thing they got going on, story, blah blah blah, and that's cool and all, but it's, you know, even going over it, and you know, people put time into this, you know, to write it, and it sounds like there's some creative thought in there, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not grabbing me, and maybe it's just me. It honestly, it could be just me. I'm not reading. Run through this while this guy chews this guy up a little bit. Please chew it up a little more. Anyway, so here we are. This is what Armored Warfare is basically, at least again North America, and I don't see, you know, I pop onto the Europe side a little bit, and again, I'm just not one. I don't want to start over. I wish they'd make our accounts global. That way, I don't have to feel like I have to start all the way over. Just make our accounts global, and then I can pop both sides, you know, and maybe hit peak times on either side. But even right now, I don't see Europe even having that many people. Who's getting chewed up? I'm getting chewed up trying to help everybody out here. Can't be in every place at once. I'm trying to figure out who's chewing me up more than anything. Who gets my attention is the hard part. And I'll burn my feet to help people. Oh shit, the shatter thing is getting damn old. Anyway, again, I'm making this video and I'm not even sure why. Oh, that sounds sad. You know, doing this, I enjoy making the videos and hopefully kind of inject some different viewpoints on a lot of things. But like I said, at some points, it's with this game, it's frustrating. I think because again, we all went into this with such high hopes, and here's where we ended up. It's another one where I like worth it. I wish I had coaxials. When I can't shoot my main gun, let me coax the crap out of that ceiling fire. Oh my god. My tank is beat up, but I don't want to waste my fingers yet. So, what I got. How many fingers? I don't mean to be even kill still in here. I'm just trying to make sure I take a lot of the brunt of the damage for these guys in the lower tiers. Seriously. Even, like I said, even PvE has become a matchmaking kind of abomination. And look, okay, so right here, this is a good example of a real person wouldn't do some of the things the AI is doing right now. It's kind of stupid. Floor plate, come on, reload, reload. Anyway. Sorry guys, I'm trying to focus a little bit here. I don't want these guys to ruin this. I don't want these guys to get screwed in this round. But the same time, you know, I didn't make the matchmaking. I just queued up, seeing what I would get, and I get, you know, thrown in with these guys, and I feel bad for them. But again, it just shows the state of this game. That we are at the point where we're just got to throw anything we can together to. I am trying to focus a little bit. I don't mean to cut off my conversation with you guys. Again, and part of this video is just this morning, I just kind of my aspiration of spin it hard.
Identify.
Anyway, I'm glad we won that. I'd hate to have those failed out and load it for them. Anyway, you know, these are just some random thoughts. My thoughts, you know, at this point are really disconjointed about this game. One moment I'm in a rage, you know, childish like fury about it, and I just go, it's a game, you know, it is what it is. You know, I didn't develop it. And I feel bad, you know, again, back to Obsidian. I think, you know, I kind of wish almost they'd stuck with it. And maybe, you know, they couldn't. Maybe they were kicked out, honestly. And I've always had thoughts why Obsidian got picked too. You know, again, back to they are an RPG company. But they've been notoriously picked, and if you're not familiar with their history, there are a lot of former Black Island studios, and then again, if you're not an RPG player, you're probably not familiar, but they did the Icewind Dale series, and then when Black Island fell, a lot, you know, long story short, they formed Obsidian, and they created this RPG company. And one of the very first games they got tasked with doing was Knights of the Old Republic 2. And my understanding of the story was that Lucas, because BioWare didn't want to do it, and they wanted to do their own thing. I think at the time they were doing Jade Empire. They decided they picked BioWare recommended Obsidian because they were, you know, all the former Black Isle guys. They were familiar with a lot of their stuff, and so they recommended them. Unfortunately, Obsidian got a really tight development window. I think they got 1 year to knock this out. And of course they did it, but it was really buggy. Of course, anything would be with such a short development time. But positively, the story was really rich, and there was a lot of content buried in a lot of the files also that a lot of mod developers have pulled out. And now since there's actually an official mod, if you buy this on Steam, you can actually plug this plugin in. It's got full achieve everything. And not to turn this into a Knights of the Republic 2 pitch, but the point being is that they did a wonderful job, but they had a short window. Then comes along, I want to say, what else did they get tagged? They did Neverwinter Nights 2, which again, that was a modified version engine, again, and they were put on a short leash. Again, knocked it out. Really buggy. Next came along, I think, New Vegas. Kind of the same window, you know. Great content. I mean, their story and stuff was some of the best in the business, but they were always given this short leash of development time. And they seemed to pull it off. And again, it wasn't perfect, but you know, they did it. And so it kind of got me thinking about this game, and I'm wondering if, you know, my.com and those guys were looking for a developer that was notorious, can kick things out quickly. They were looking for a quick turnaround time. And I'm beginning to wonder if this whole thing with Obsidian, leaving, and again, this is all my speculation. Please don't, this is not fact. I have no proof. It just kind of fits in where, were they given this project because they were notorious for being able to kick things out really quick. So they were handed it, and then also, they're an RPG company, which threw a few twists in and maybe something different. But they were given this project because they're notorious for being able to kick something out really quick. They built the foundation, and then they hand it off. And then Obsidian goes back to doing what they normally do, which is run RPGs. I could see that. I really could. I really could see that. Part of me, it was kind of sad, though. Again, I'd like to see them stick with it. But again, maybe they didn't get a choice. But anyway, that's kind of my ramblings this morning. And again, this whole conversation about this game here is just me rambling. Because again, I think it's just part of my frustration with Armored Warfare of, where is it going? I log in and I go, all right, well, let's do a PvE battle. All right, PvP, let's go. I'm the only guy in there. And granted, yes, for me, it's 06:45 in the morning, but I know I could log into World of Tanks. I can definitely log in War Thunder and get a match. And then I thought, well, maybe, you go to Global Operations, which I like Global Operations. I like PvP where I have more to do than just kill the other guy. I like objectives. I like it to feel like a battle kind of thing. And I think Global Operations kind of hits that. Log in here. There is two of us. So maybe if I sit here long enough, it'll find, all right, there's only two, go. But that's no fun. One-on-one, really. Well, I guess you got some side objectives. I don't know. I'm trying to see the positive side of everything here. But anyway, and so when I log in, of course, all you really have is PvE. And for me, that's just, it just doesn't cut it. It's, like I said, I just did a round, and then even the queuing for PvE was just not matched up correctly. So then it just, it deters anything. And again, I haven't logged over to Europe, but I assume it's slowly dwindling too. They do have a little bit larger player base in North America, but again, I think even that side is starting to slowly drift down. I mean, seriously, I don't even know if is there anybody even chatting? Yeah, and hell, you even got people coming from outside of America trying to log in. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this. We're hitting about 18 minutes here, and I've rambled for the most part about this and just some of my disconjointed thoughts about the game and where it's going. But at this point, I'm really struggling just to eat. I try to log in every day. I'm like, screw it, I might as well get my free stuff and just see what's going on. Maybe there's part of me that there's just this glimmer of hope that I'll log in and oh my God, there's people here. But so far, I'm at the point where I just don't know what's going to draw people in. Minus a really large marketing campaign, because I have talked to other people at random that actually play World of Tanks, because I'll say, well, I play. A lot of times people are like, well, what do you play? And I'll say War Thunder, and they're like, they don't even know what War Thunder is, and they'll say, well, I play World of Tanks. And I go, oh, cool, and I go, well, there's a couple others out there. There's another one out there besides War Thunder. It's called Armored Warfare, and it deals with modern vehicles, and they don't even know about it. And at this point, this whole this beta thing, this game launched, in my opinion. It's done. It's launched. All right. But the rumblings through the forums, it sounds like they're not even really going to do anything major for marketing. And who knows? Could it go to Steam? Maybe, but I don't know at this point. Steam, I like Steam. I use Steam quite a bit. But Steam does have a hefty overhead for companies that want to use it. Valve takes a pretty chunk of the profit, which, because they're the one hosting this, it's their infrastructure. But anyway, those are my rambling thoughts over morning coffee on a Sunday. And I just was, again, just my feelings of the direction the game is going, if it even has a direction at this point. It just feels so unorganized and just like, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this, let's try that. Anyway, this is Arm Bushido for Dry Socks AR. As always, give thumbs up, thumbs down. Please subscribe and, post your comment. Give me your thoughts. I've been reading a lot of the comments. And, and again, I don't want to say everybody's agreeing with me, but most of them are, or at least had some thoughted comment. I haven't seen anybody with the reverse of that lately. Because usually there are the guys who, and I hate to say this a little bit, have the blinders on. And again, I'm trying to remain objective about it, but I'm not also going to sit here and then blindly just say, oh, everything's great, nothing to see here. There is something to see here, and it's not good. But anyway, as always, have a great day, everyone, and may Odin welcome you to Valhalla.